So that's a good deal.
Money.
We certainly aren't making deposits, because fuck you, Kingdom.
Poor Miku.
Nor are we
Miku can make all the deposits he wants.
He has made all the deposits.
Nor are we selling expensive items, and, you know, I still don't feel like rolling, so why don't you go ahead and take the next economy roll here, Sheep?
Texas!
Sure, Texas.
On 20.
Okay.
We are at plus 38, divided by 4, I believe. That's a pretty good roll.
Okay,
13.
that's 3 plus 13 is 16. We also have the 35 build points we're getting. And in addition, the shrines over the process of 16 to 24 turns are going to slowly provide 1 build point per turn.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to take us up to 53.
God, you know, shrines.
Oh, yeah.
Of the Silver Monkey.
Rather not.
I factored this in on the build order, and on the raw build point per turn on the main page, I even put like 2 separate sections. Vatha Shrine, Festival Shrine, turn 30 to 30.
Yep. They will be active until they have paid back double the investment. Yep.
Yeah, that's turn 30 when they would have paid back 16.
Oh, turn 30. We'll, you know, I don't think we would be alive then.
After 10 years of ruling Vathas.
Yeah. Turn 30. I'll go ahead and jot that down. Cool. And I'll go ahead and take out another plant scroll because we used another one of those. Cool. That should be everything factored into the treasury then sufficiently. That takes care of the income phase then.
Yay!
Wonderful.
Wunderbar.
Indeed. All right, wonderful. Then, does it... excuse me. Oh, that was rough. Does anyone in the council have anything to address?
Tristan will get up, stand up, and say after the meeting she would like to have a word with all of her siblings. It's important. And she'll sit down again.
Okay. Yep, out bat. You're not part of the family yet. All right.
Alauneari also like to look at the others and then point out that now we will have control over the great jumping off point. Perhaps an effort could be made to repair the system of what do you even call that? Poly system to get people up and down.
For 5 to 10 build points, I'm not exactly sure how much it'll cost, but and that's not exactly something that fits in with like what we normally have the options open to us. So yeah, we can start looking into the process of moving resources there to do that.
It's something we should certainly look to do.
Sure.
Although currently there's not a huge amount of effort made to colonize the areas below it. With our current growth speed, it will only be a question of time.
Certainly. Someone with know-how in engineering can certainly spend a while in like going up and down, inspecting the old systems and calculating how much it would actually cost.
Sounds like a lot of fun to run up and down those things a couple of times.
Oh, yeah.
All I had was a ballpark figure of 5 to 10. That's right. I vote Rae'nkalar.
I mean...
Punishment duty. Since you enjoy not taking care of the guard post so much.
Isn't that technically like Zyn's thing?
You can't trust him to do anything.
Like the military general.
I'm doing both Zyn's paperwork and my own.
It's like asking him to do asking the general to do the military, the police work.
Yeah, well, Rain has the paperwork, while Zyn has the responsibility.
And by responsibility, he means he puts his bat-shaped stamp on everything.
Yes.
How did you know?
He actually uses his bat as a stem.
Just flies the bat into things? Like, what does that mean? Smack the bat into all the buildings.
Oh, shit.
The poor creature.
The bat uses its, the healing it gets every day to make sure it's not wasted.
Yeah.
Natural healing.
New name is Flat Bat. Because,
Alright.
But yeah, for this whole pulley system project, Zyn will certainly offer his services and mostly the services of his bat as convenient transportation up and down while construction is going on.
Does Zyn have any knowledge engineering, by the way?
No.
Does Rae'nkalar have any fly skill?
No, interesting enough.
It would be ride, not fly, Jonas. He's not flying himself.
Oh, that's true.
Even with ride, I'm not the most proficient at riding. I've never had a mount.
Don't fall off.
I'll tie myself to the bat.
Like Rain, desperately hugging the bat, flying up and down.
So there's a locked gauntlet work on a bat.
And instead of getting his work done faster, he gets nothing done because he is completely in panic trying to not fall off. Yes, I see that working out well.
Same, it's not such a bad idea for Zyn to at least pay attention to that. Don't want Rae'nkalar isolated alone there. Keep an eye out. Maybe, shake off some bats or whatever the fuck lives in that damn thing off of him. Well, he's staring like, if I put a pulley here, and we craft a staircase there, and...
Part of claiming it surely is to also kill out some of the worst of those critters.
I don't think the mercenaries really are able to patrol
I don't think
that.
they're climbing up and down.
Here's a point to show, Zyn can come along, he can be the one to actually, pilot the damn bat.
Yeah. Can help to clear out any of those things on his dire bat. Certainly long enough for Rae'nkalar to try to get an eye on the situation.
Alright. Does anyone have anything else for the council?
The council? Nothing my character wishes to bring up.
I think we're good.
Alright, in that case... Tether Qual has something on in front of him.
Oh.
He looks around and says, "My lords, members of the council," he sort of looks down at the papers and sighs. Something rather perhaps interesting for the council to consider happened a few weeks ago. Apparently, and by her own claim, noble woman from, seems like Teresia arrived. She claims to be a political refugee and wish asylum in our burgeoning domain. I have, for now, kept her under strict surveillance in the guest quarters. But she wishes to address the council to, explain her situation and what she offers. He looks around. Shall I bring her before us?
Alauneari will grin. She likes that it is not now us receiving refugees. And she's also intrigued as to find out how this woman made it all this way.
Rilinid has no objections to voice over this.
She'll not.
No,
Send her in.
Bring her in.
The Qual will make a sign, and the guards will disappear. Shortly after, a quite noble-looking woman strides in. She has the apparent and obvious elegance of being used to move in courtly circles. She is dressed, but is probably her finest clothing, although it is, it is not too much. Traveling the tunnels from Teresia to here is certainly a harrowing experience, and it sort of shows in her general get-up, so to speak. But she certainly looks like she is striding over a grand ballroom when she enters. She's decked in jewels, dress made of spider silk, things like that. She has a small dagger at her side that one of the guards sort of motions to her to hand over, and she begrudgingly does, sort of sniffing at him and seeming very insulted at the notion that she would try to kill anyone. And then she strides in the hall, looks upon the council, and looks upon Alauneari on the throne, and then she curtsies very elegantly and very formally. First to Alauneari, and then to the rest of the council. And then she says, "My lords, I am Sheslara de Rahal, refugee from the merciless city." She curtsies again. "I formally seek asylum among your burgeoning barony."
Alauneari will look upon her, nod to her, expecting her to bow and perhaps introduce herself.
Well, she said her name. She will certainly, if that is what is expected, she will bow again, very formally and elegantly. And continue. "My house currently lost a rather violent power struggle in the merciless city, and I found myself in need of evacuating rather quickly. A sorry experience, to say the least. But then I heard that the rumor that new and burgeoning and powerful power is rising in the Upper Asathir, and decided to take my chances." She smiles.
This house seems as if it were one of the ones which existed within Tarissia, Jonas?
House the Drall is one of the Tarisian's houses, yes. It is a minor house.
Yeah.
It has always been on the edge of power, never really gotten into any real power influence. They were certainly not defenseless or worthless, but they definitely weren't any candidates for the throne.
So probably not one of the major shakers responsible for assassinating Mom and trying to kill us.
You wouldn't think so, but
Rilinid will crack his back as he leans back in the chair and says, "You have traveled some distance, particularly if it were from Tarissia. Explain the circumstances behind how you managed to arrive here."
She curses again. "Certainly, my lord. I used some of my considerable wealth and resources to make the travel more expedient." She smiles. "A rather costly affair, but I was prepared to spend quite a lot to get out quickly." She smiles. The magical term is teleportation. I am sure my lord knows of it." This had the troublesome affair of bringing with me only the bare essentials. I knew of an old supply cache that Tarissia maintains in the Great Rift below, and from that I made my way quite rough, I must say, but I made my way through that odd and horridly light place, through the tunnels, ever southwards to my destination here. She curses again.
"You are full of intricate niceties. Elaborate how you might be useful to us here. We have little love for the merciless throne, and we have little interest in entertaining those who would waste our time."
She smiles. "Of course, my lord. I am not here to waste anyone's time. Instead, I bring the possibility of Well, she smiles. How about the courtly niceties of a proper kingdom such as yours? She looks around. I have noticed that there is a lot of other people sitting in council and attending official ceremonies. With me here, there will be more of the drow elegance and more of the exotic and proper vials of our peoples. She smiles. I am not destitute. If allowed asylum, I will, with your blessing, construct my noble villa in, in your newly founded capital, as I have come to understand it. I will, of course, pay for all of the construction of this facility, she smiles, and whatever boon my presence, my fantastical charms, she sort of winks to Rilinid behind the shroud.
And the mask.
And the mask. And all of the help my presence can be, I will, of course, supply. I am not as rich and powerful as I once was, I am sad to say, but as I said, I am not destitute. Me here will certainly entice exotic artisans and luxury goods and some people of similar disposition as myself to seek out your barony. She smiles. She seems quite confident.
Alauneari looks at her. How much does those jewels seem to be worth?
Quite a lot.
And if she can afford to build her own noble villa without expense, that is quite a considerable sum of bare necessities she can generate.
Indeed.
All she is offering for us is basically herself, whatever that means.
Well, you know, I would kick this to consideration if she is capable of. She probably didn't bring all of her wealth with her. She just brought the bare necessities. But if given asylum here, she might be able to teleport and acquire the rest of her wealth. We certainly have a university we plan on constructing, and when it's not as if powerful arcane people fall out of the fucking trees. We don't even have trees.
I don't think she could teleport herself. I think she paid someone to do it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, then she would have needed to bring that person with her.
Yeah, and probably left back again. It's some sort of paid deal.
And so what, you just think she just has like a crystal she breaks? Like, please come get me.
No, I don't think she can get back. I don't think she intends to.
But she didn't bring her fucking 25-ish BP with her. That's impossible to do with one teleportation, Manaki.
You can ask. Does it? And how do you intend to acquire the funds for building such a villa?
She motions. I have contacts, and I can take loans and other things. The house, the Drall, is not completely destroyed. We still have some contacts I can call upon to make this happen. She curtsies again. With your blessing.
Were those contacts responsible for your teleportation to the supply cache? I imagine if you had made this travel on your own, that you are also capable of surviving on your own.
She smiles. I am not defenseless, my lord. Although, as I said, I spent a fair amount on my escape from Teresia. I brought myself and my closest servants with me. And whatever we could carry. The transportation was paid for.
I mean, really, I see there's two solutions here. One, we accept and get a free Noble's Villa. I mean, that is a genuinely nice thing to have.
Plus one to everything and fame.
She might have some sort of usefulness. I mean, she will definitely send back information about everything we're doing. Tutorish, yeah.
I think the consideration is that even if she were doing such a thing, by the shadow demon that arrived on our doorstep, if
And by her teleporting in.
if the Teresian major houses really want the information, they will get it. We can't, like, forbid, like, make, like, a giant dome over the entire capital. You shall not teleport in! We don't have that kind of money.
No, and the considerations also, if she actually lives here, maybe this actually ends up being more awesome of a place than Teresia, which is not particularly awesome for a minor house.
No, it might end up attracting more attention from other, if we can break, like, the nobility, like, foundation and power base around the Merciless Throne, that will help us to take Teresia, and then we can decide what we want to do with the minor houses.
And ordering around slaves and stuff is fun on its own, but other nobles? That's
Alauneari's half of mind. She's feeling like the emperor, basically, sitting here with thumbs up and thumbs down, live or die,
right,
on her whim, and she very much enjoys this. I mean, she's drawing out the...
Right. I mean, like, the concept of, like, like, a noble seeking asylum from us? Great!
She said, our mercy, we could kill her right now, and no one would do anything about it. No one can do anything.
Yeah, as Grimith said, if whoever they is wanted a spy, there's easier ways.
I mean,
normal dude.
They could just summon. They could just summon more shadows, and not just make them so they're not attacking people this time.
Hey, Tarlin, like everybody else does.
In that case, Rilinid will actually shift his look from the noble down the corridor of council tables and say, "There is no need to dismiss her. We can leave her in our kingdom for a time. Should she prove herself to be useless or weak in any fashion, we shall dispose of her, as I am sure Teresia had wanted to do itself."
Alauneari nods. Yes, if she wishes to build her villa and fund the quarter, an upstart of such upper-class citizens would most likely be good for both economy and stability, as they would stand as something to aspire to.
Future power considerations might come in time once we see your capabilities.
It's just Lara smiles her very charmingly and, daggerful smile.
Daggerfall vengeance.
That is what they call the night where our mother disappeared, the Daggerfall.
Crystal Nacht.
No.
Oh my,
No.
that's probably not.
No.
Not quite.
No.
Yeah, so I think in short, out of game terms, we will allow her to build her villa, but she will not be given a council position just for being here. We'll see what she's good at.
If she's good at anything.
Oh yeah.
She certainly has a noble flair about her. She seems to bring with her sort of an air of the power, the halls of power in Teresia.
Alauneari both wants it and wants to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she will behave or we will confiscate everything she owns.
She'll certainly be watched by everyone.
It's okay. The wrath of House Vytharia will stay for years.
I think we've proven our power.
No, not to exiled nobles. They shall see.
This Gisrel and this Zyn people just walk around amongst the gnomes and Dwargar drow.
She's going to feel like she is actually out of her element.
When she's bit to tens by a giant spider.
She would probably not degrade herself to do something like that. She is a noble, and she certainly behaves like one.
No, she better know her place, though.
Oh, she's certainly
She's a
subservient.
minor.
She's certainly subservient to the matron of the ruling house. That is certainly something she is. But to gnomes, most certainly not.
mean, she's gonna have a hard enough time talking with drow males, let alone gnomes. Jesus.
Yeah, she is. She's certainly looking down on the male population of this council quite a bit. Although she is very good at hiding it, you can see hints here and there. She was probably a bit surprised seeing the council set up, so to speak, especially on the southern end of the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at Rae'nkalar, that failure.
But she'll have to get used to it. And if she can't, well, she can go back to Trisha. I'm sure they'll welcome her.
I welcome her to try to change it. Gorval will hear her concerns.
Yes, you don't like the gnomes. Huh?
Neither do I, really.
Really, there. Yeah. Let's talk about races together.
Just wait until she hears like the council tenets and one of them being like racial equality. Like,
I mean, we word it differently, right?
Like commit suicide. Just right on the spot.
Instead of racial systems, we have class systems.
Well, I doubt that she can take Miku, Sandor, or Naivi Ivy's.
Maybe you can make her your steward in the future, Manaki.
Perhaps if she wants to do the paperwork.
Mistress of the house.
No!
I mean, look at her. Doesn't... Actually, now that I've zoomed in on her face, she looks too absurd. I like when I hit her. Like, you look stupid!
The lady of the gardens. She can go in our garden of barbs. And...
Oh, God.
Do you want to make a noble of Teresia a gardener?
You know, she's coming here as the beggar.
We couldn't have another spot like that. We would need to
You
get
must
the
go to
steward.
Cladenvold with these 100 prisoners. Here is 2 fire elemental gems.
I also like how Grimith proclaimed a drowned noble to look absurd. Like that is... Yes, that's kind of what they do.
Like, everyone up to this point, in regards to, like, drow, I've been like, yeah, okay, fine. I zoomed in on that, and I'm like,
I imagine it's like in Teresia, probably. Like, everyone just looks completely extreme because they probably have some really, really fast-paced, like, fashion
Oh yeah.
things. Just like completely nuts.
Oh,
Well-
they spend a lot of money on that.
well, she'll learn what frontier living is like.
Yeah, she's a pioneer now.
Read Obadiah's guide to frontier life. Well, so the council accepts her.
Yeah.
Provisionally.
All right. Then she will curtsy and say, "A wise and fruitful decision, my lords. Then, if you will excuse me, I have much to attend to in the building process." She smiles and curtsies.
I guess we can change her for Sandor.
Architect, I don't think that's her.
See, as soon as she leaves, Rilinid spins his head towards Ivy. I want you to keep an eye on her.
Ivy nods. Of course, my lord. Nothing will escape me. She will need to have staff and similar, servants around her, no doubt. She seems to be a woman of comforts. That is her weakness. Ivy smiles.
I'm kind of imagining that when every time we have in the council, the only thing Sandor does is look like he does in the picture.
Yeah, that is his constant facial expression.
And he's kind of drooling because he's like, ugh.
Yeah, he's fingering his on the lyre he got, and probably eating all of the foods very sloppily.
You don't have foods at the council meetings.
No.
You don't?
You have like
That's like his petition he puts up like once every 3 or 4 council meetings to allow.
We should have some cornbread.
Whoa,
that's not even.
Whoa, no.
The South will rise.
I think Tristan would agree. We should have some cornbread.
No.
Oh god.
We have neither corn nor bread, so that's a problem.
That is a minor issue.
No.
But delicious, like
mushroom meal bread.
Yeah,
Really?
mushroom meal.
No.
Purple bread.
No, purple bread.
On to more important things. We have a villa.
Yes.
A noble villa is beginning construction in Duvenale, and you can select where you want to construct
I
this.
guess we can put in the middle left. Whenever like whenever we like talked about it, like what sort of like plans we had with like the arena and the university and the castle and shit, we didn't have anything over there in that middle left space. So I guess we
put it there.
something there. Yeah.
Sure.
So do you want it that way or that way?
We can have it over in that left column there. Have a little bit of space between the villa and where the castle will be, because fuck her.
I'll probably end up putting some like stuff in there.
Nothing there.
Two dumps in front of. We need a.
It's to lower the property value.
Force her to move out, then we raise the dumps, and
Yes, we put gardens of barbs there.
We decided to put the kobold slave pits.
The free kobold tent.
I got it. We allowed the Zan to build an embassy right there.
Oh god.
And it just like faces like the nobles.
And the skit roll.
She like comes out every day and she's like
like an aura of phlegm.
She's like, why I never